Hey y'all, what's going on? I'm doing my review of Hit the Floor Season 4 Episode 2. Beast Mode is another good episode to me. I love the Hit the Floor series, like I said. And let's jump right into it. There's a lot going on, but I'm trying not to make this video as long as my first video of Hit the Floor. So let's move on with that. It was a lot of interactions, the different scenes. So I don't know if I'm trying to do character by character or if I do scene by scene, but as the story connects to each other, I'll just go from there. So we have London, right? London, in the beginning, all the reporters was coming at her, was asking very questions, all these questions about the scandal, about her being in the arena, about her being in Devil's Good, and all that stuff, being in the spotlight again. And she was a dodge, and she was not answering any questions. It was telling them, it's like, basically, get out her face. Kyle came to save the day and said, move out of the way, get out. And she took her little picture. So London was like, she asked London how she's doing, and London would be sarcastic, oh, great, I'm fine, everything's okay. But she asked Kyle, she said, oh, you sure you want me on this team? Like, it's too much baggage. I have a lot of baggage, and it's going to hurt your reputation. She said, I don't make bad choices. You're a best choreographer, and I want you on the team, and you just going to like it. You going to be here whether you like it or not. Basically, Kyle's not taking no for an answer. So, whether London, you got to suck it up. That's what Kyle is saying. And she said, it's a big game this Saturday. First big game to open the season, and you go choreograph, so do big. I'm have the best hopes in you doing a good job in choreography. And choreographer for the big dance. No, big game. So, that was nice. Alright, and then we had London in Derek's house, because Derek had a party. I'm going to explain that more. So Derek had a party. London was there. She was sitting there. She said she was tricked by Cal and said she was going to some dances, but actually it was another party. And she was sitting there and she was talking to Derek, and her and Derek had a little conversation about that, how she always be doing things, she always dances, and then every time she step out, it's always something new. And then this kind of thing, she had to, every time she had to dance for Devil's Girl, she had to prove herself over and over again. And Derek said he feel the same way too. Is that I've been to the top, but now I gotta start over again, and it's scary to get back on the court. So they had that little moment. London and Jamie was in the locker room because Jamie had all her stuff posted in the locker, and just one of the Devil Girls, her colleague, was like, who locker is this? And Jamie said, that's mine. I have a lot of stuff. She said, well, you might just want to move in because that's too much. Mind you, last episode we saw that Jamie living in a car, so we don't know if she really homeless or, I guess so. I mean, she came from Chicago to audition for the Devil's Girls. She got in, so that's good. She's gonna be making money for there. So I don't know what is she gonna use for the money. Like, she trying to get to the top, but all her clothes was with her. So she don't have a house yet, an apartment. So we don't know her backstory, why she's living in her car and everything. But London came in and she was like kind of like upset about all these attention she getting. And Jamie made a remark, and London said, really? So Jamie said, you competition, and I took it that way, and I should have came after you for long, and we shouldn't be competing against each other. We should have each other back. Let's call it a truce. London said she realized she was doing overboard on the first dance and outstaging Jamie, but they agreed to come together. Let's let them do it, and they'll be fine, right? Later on, we get London on the phone talking to Kyle and said, no, Kyle, I cannot do it. I can't get a party. I need to go home. I need to relax and go to sleep for the next day. And then we meet the Curtis, the passer guy that had the scandal she had with, that she slept with him and caused a big uproar, ruined her career, and he kept going. And so she went in hiding. But now he came into the spotlight. He was like, yo, he left his wife. And he said, I'm leaving. She said, what, the church? He said, I left my wife. And she said, oh, you promised me you leave me wife all this long ass time, so why now? And he said, well, I don't love her, I love you. But you say you loving me all this time, so why is it different? and he said I messed up and it was too much heat and it was going on, and I wanted to die down. I'm gonna come with you, come for you. And so now he's saying he want London to leave with her, leave with him, and go away with him. He want London. He want London now. He realized he wants her, and leave with him. So London was like side eyeing that, side eyeing it, basically. Then later on, when we had to the game, he was there again. So London was like, "What is going on? Why you keep popping up? Why are you in this arena?" He said he talked to somebody. He said, "I'm here for London." They let him right in. I said, "Wow, good for luck, good with the security. Like, damn, just let anybody in." So they talking, and then London said, "Well, I had waited for all these years, and you never came to me, and now you want me to make a decision in 5 minutes whether I should leave with you or not." And she realized, she clocked him and realizes that you didn't want me to leave with you. You don't want me to be out in the field and get in the spotlight again because it was about you. He said, and then his true colors came out. He was like, "Yes, you do know how bad it looked for us when you in the field dressing like that, and it's things just starting dying down. It's still a little hot for us. So you should just lay low and not be in the center light." So actually, he don't want her to be in a devil girl and dancing and had the spotlight on her because everything gonna be on attention on her, and it's gonna be brings up that freaking scandal she had with him. And she walked away. She said, "You know what? You haven't been worried about me all this long time, so I'm not gonna be worried about you now. I'm gonna keep doing me, and you don't have to worry about it." Deuces. So he said something crazy, shady remark. She came back and slapped the hell out of him. Like, it was a little delay. It's like, you look at him and just say, "Get the fuck out of here," and walked off. Then you get to see little Jamie, because Jamie little slicky ass too. I get her later. She was like, because before at the party, Noah trying to get in, right? And Noah couldn't get in. So Jamie said, he's with me. He's my date. So they get in and they started talking, and she was like, "It's hard because London is the spotlight right now, and I'm trying to get in that spot, be there too. I'm trying to break through." So she said, "By the end of the season, I want everybody to know who I am, who Jamie is." So Noah told her, he said, "Well, you got to find a way to get that spot on you." So this is her plan is that, London have a problem being in the spotlight too much, right? So she don't want all that camera attention. She don't want the media attention on her because this scandal is still fresh, and she's still trying to start her life over. So that media, that camera, all that stuff is still like a soft thing for her, and she don't really want to deal with it too much. She dances with Devin Reno, but every time she acts what she knows she's gonna get videotaped, she's like freaks out about that and get nervous. So Jamie played that, and when they were about to dance and get to it, Jamie announced to her that it's gonna be broadcast by ISN, and the whole country, the whole world will see it. And she said, "Oh my gosh, then I got a solo, and then it's gonna be on me." She said, "Well, I could do a solo." And Jamie said, she said, "I ain't gonna mess it up." And London said, "Thank you." This is what Jamie did, because she lied about that, but she did that sneaky this before on that. And also, Jamie was in Derek's room, and she got dressed. She was getting dressed in her bathing suit, trying to probably clock in, trying to flirt a little bit with Derek. And then she met with Noah, and then this happened. And she did this dance. The dance was the bomb. That dance was amazing. That was one of my top dances so far. Now, I had a couple of dances that I love. The one-way walk they did, that little scene with the, in that gay club they did with the androgyny, the suits and the women, that bachelor party dance, that freaking emotional and lyrical dance that they did for Raquel. And this is one of my also my favorites. This is one of my favorite dances of the whole all 4 seasons so far. And it was good with the motorcycle entrance. It was popping. But yeah, so Jamie did the solo, And then it came to find out because London asked Noah exactly that. He said, "How did we good?" She said, "Yeah, I was smoking hot." And she said, "Well, did we look good on camera?" He said, "Why would I do that?" And Jamie said, "Well, it was broadcasted." She said, "Why she would say that?" And now when London realized that Jamie's a sneaky bitch, and she was really caring for London, she really tried to take London down. I don't know why Jamie got this beef with London, because London is well known, and that's what Jamie said. You compete in competition because everybody know who you are. Nobody know who I am. So I'm trying to get the spotlight. So that's why she did that solo. So I guess she want to get that spotlight. Everybody said, "Oh, this is Jamie." Jamie, I guess that solo means that she was a part of the dance, or she did that dance, so she had that solo. It showed that she's the top bitch, and she basically taking London's credit of the dance that she did that solo. That London supposed to do that, because I guess the solo was to show who was the charge in the dance and who made this dance, and now everybody thinking Jamie might be doing it. So London clocked her, and she was like, "Oh, I'll get this kid. I go get this bitch." So London went and to the girl, and so it's like London. Jamie said, "Oh, I see what you're trying to do," and Jamie said, "I was trying to help you and stuff like that." She said, "No, you didn't try to do that. You were trying to get everything on yourself and take all the credit." She said, "Well, yes, I'm trying to get to the top myself, and I need to do this, and it's for me." And she said, "Oh, okay. So you don't have to worry about it. I got your number, boo. Watch me call it." I said, "Oh, yes, London. Grit that Jamie bitch down. Now it's on, Jamie. It is on and popping. London is not feeling you anymore, bitch, because you played that little crazy game. I guess that's a part of hit the floor. You always got one up on somebody, right?" Then we get this thing. Lionel and Jew was talking. Jew was telling Lionel that he wants Noah to get. She wanted Lionel to get rid of Noah, basically fire him. Or I thought he meant transfer him, but basically fire. And she said, "No, I'm not gonna do that." And before that, she said, "I'm not talking to you unless it had to do with something that you got your locks off and something, and you could tell me the details." So when he was quiet and he wouldn't say nothing, she said, "Oh, you got something." And he told her who it was. It was sideline reporter that I sent. And she said, "Oh, how you got that happening?" And that's what he said, he wanted him fired. And she said, "Oh no, I'm not gonna do that. He's the best, and he will bring me ratings, and we need this, and he's the talk of the town. He can make it happen, make it great for ISN." And she said, "Oh, I'm not firing him, so you just gonna have to deal with it. And you made your bed, now you gotta lie on it." Hey, so this gonna be that little craziness though. So Jew met with Elena because Elena was talking to Derek, and Derek was like, "It's good to be back." He happy that Elena invited him back, and that's when Jew came, and he was like, "Why he's here?" and and he said why he's here. He's very unstable, unpredictable. He's very destructible, and he's undestructible. Like he's really crazy out there, and he can't be helped. And Drew worried about Derek going to freaking mess up the team with his antics and how he was before. Remember, Derek and Drew used to work for each other before. I think Drew used to be his supplier and stuff like that. But they severed that relationship for a long time ago when Derek realized Drew was trying to get him off and trying to replace him with Zero. And so Drew be feeling some type of way about that. And Derek never forgave him for what he done. So you said, "Don't worry about it. I'll make things right. It's gonna be good. I have things to worry about it," because she said it's the openest game. It is a lot lying on this, but having you back Derek will help the team, and we just gonna make it big, and that's what it was. Now Jeremy came in because Derek went to the locker room, and all the people said, "Oh, Derek crazy in the team was dapping him and lying to him," and that's where they saw German. Now German and Derek, they became cool now. They didn't have any more beef. before they was beefing with each other because of Asha. Because Jeremy used to date with Asha, and then Derek was getting at Asha, and it was a crazy mix between those two because Asha was a middle person. Asha ended up being with Derek because German went to jail and Raquel got him off, so he went to turn his life around. So Yelena offered him the head contract of the Devils, and Derek said, "What?" Because German was doing good for himself. He got a lot of rings and championships under his belt. I think he was his assistant coach, and he said he gave that up, and he was doing good well for himself. And he came back to the Devils meeting and became a head coach. So I said, "Oh, that's good, German." And he said maybe Lennon brought him back to get you back on track because of your history, and then Jeremy could motivate Derek to do better, and that's what he did. Cause later on at the party, this is Derek's party. Everyone is around. Derek met with Jude, right, and they was talking, and Jude was like, "No, you need to stop doing it. Why are you having a party before the team? You gonna bring your whole team down. They supposed to be resting. You supposed to know better than this." And they was going back and forth. And he said, "Why are you trying to go against me? You trying to work with me?" And he said, "I don't work for you. You're not the owner. You're not the coach. So get out of here." So he threw his lit cigar over by I guess the furnace and stuff. And it was like liquid. I thought it was an alcohol bottle, but he later said it was a broken gas leak. So it was a little liquid of gas there, oil, and it had the lit thing. So that's the cause of his fire. So later on, Jude and Noah, right? Because Noah's the guy, so I pulled up that sideline reporter that Jude was sleeping with and slept with the first episode. And now Jude and Noah was talking, and the little thing, because Noah was rummaging people Derek's stuff, rummaging doing his thing, looking at different things, realized he had a lot of pot, and Jude said, "Oh, mind you not being in his house." He said, "What about in your house that you don't want me to see?" So it was a little flirting back and forth, and they was talking. And right when they about to get on, the freaking thing bust, the fire busted out. And they would say, "Oh my gosh." And then the devil girls was wilding out. And then fire started coming through the ceiling, coming down. And everybody started evacuating and started leaving. I said, "Oh my gosh, this is crazy." And then when they're outside, this one German with Derek, and Derek said, "Oh my gosh, all my life, my memories and stuff is in that house." And he said, "Yeah, it was a cigar and a broken gas pipe that caused that." So he said it should be fixed no time soon, but still, everything in that house. And German said, "You know what? This might be a good thing. You see that fire in there? This is the Derek we need." Because he said tomorrow is that big game. And what can they lose? Because if they win the game, then no, if they win the game, no, what was saying? What he said? He said if they lose the game, everybody gonna blame you, Derek. But if they win the game, then I have props of doing good that I turn the Devils around. Because nobody expected German to turn the Devils around. So he said it could be out of end of the spectrum. Is either we win the game and I could be recognized as a good head coach, or you lose the game and people go blame you. So what you need to do is bring that fire in you. You need to go beast mode. You need to show people who Derek Roman is. You need to start over. Yes, you had a messed up past. Yes, you did that. Yes, you went through a lot of things. But let that go and start a new chapter. And let people know who Derek Roman is. And bust out and start anew. And once you show people that, then they're going to start realizing who you are again. They're going to start appreciating you and not think about your old tarnished past. So Jeremy said, if I could start over, you could start over too. So bring that beast tomorrow. And that was a good motivation for him to Derek, for him to do a good job in the game, which actually they did win. And that was nice. And he broke the rim. I said, "Oh shit, Derek, you was on fire." But that was good. Now, Eve, this character Eve, she's Olivia and Chase's daughter. She kept telling everybody she interacted, that's their daughter. And her intention is to take everyone down who's involved in her takedown of her mother and father. Basically, the whole cast who was involved was Pete got killed last week. I guess she bait him with the alcohol and he drank too much and killed himself. She tried to get Elena down. I guess she trying to go after Lionel. Everybody who was in the arena when her father and mother was there and she had dirt on, she's coming after them. I don't know why she's going after Lionel, but it is what it is. But Eve, Elena, and Jude was in the office. Jude and Elena was talking. Eve was looking at her magazine and paying attention. She don't really care for Elena because, her mother and Elena was okay, but they really had not really had a good relationship as well. So she giving Elena heat based on that. And she said, oh, well, and it's what it is. And she still has a bad feelings towards Elena, and she can do whatever she wants. And she gonna try to do something to take down Elena. Now, Elena is adopting or is a process of trying to adopt Miguel, right? And so she's taking temporary custody of him. She get a call from her lawyer. Elena get a call from her adoption lawyer. And I guess based on the conversation, the lawyer was telling Elena that the father has rights and he wants to fight custody of the child or take for custody of Miguel. And Elena said, why? He signed the papers. He signed his rights because remember, Raquel called him in an act and he couldn't stop messing with Raquel. So Raquel called him an act, something damaging that could tarnish his reputation. So he signed his rights away for Raquel and he said he would never bother her again. But now, I guess Eve was something behind it. I guess reached out to Jesse, put him a battery in his back to overturn that decision and fight for Miguel and take Miguel away from Elena because he's a parent and he has the rights. And Elena trying to fight it and do the whole episode. She was trying to fight it. She was on the thing, on the lawyer, telling her find loopholes, find this. Miguel was wondering why everything's okay with Elena. She said everything's good. Trying to make sure he won't be upset. And that's it. So Eve was a part of that little thing with Elena. Because you saw her face. She was like, like she really had something going on. I said, oh, this Eve gonna work on my nerves this season. Like she's doing too much. It's like her plans and emotions quickly so much. And all because she want revenge. And I understand. So she met Lionel and they had a little conversation. Lionel was a little offensive with her and she introduced who her name is and Lionel clocked it that. Oh, she said, oh, you the daughter. You living in Chase's daughter. And they had a conversation. They went out to talk to E. And E was like, you know it all. You know around this area. Help me navigate. And so they sit down and have a talk. And they have a conversation. And that's what E told Lionel. She's a researcher. And Lionel said, I don't like to be researched. And they was talking for a while. And I guess something she even made a reference to Lionel movie. And since then, Lionel was open. She was like, "Ooh, you recognize my new movie?" And Eve mentioned that she saw that movie like 20 times. She bought the ticket, and she said, "Oh, okay." And it's like brought a battery and Lionel back. I said I ain't taking Lionel from being somebody compliment muncher. Like I know she just loved dick. She was on Pete all the time, and now all of a sudden it come out she been full blown lesbian mode. I don't know if she on a lesbian mode right now, but she having a good action right now because Lionel and Eve got at it. They was going at it. They was kissing. They was taking each other clothes off. It was a heated sex scene they had. And later on, Eve wanted to continue with Lionel, and I guess Lionel gonna continue that with her. Yelena talked to Derek, and Derek said sometimes you can't win everything. She said, well, you don't know who I am. I cannot lose this. And he said sometimes you can't. He said something. You can't win by playing a losing game. You gotta change it up. And she said, what you mean by that? He said, well, you gotta let Miguel face reality. You gotta let him go to the airport, and you gotta send him away. So that's what she did. So she talked to Miguel at the house. The lady, I guess some doctor lady or whatever, court lady was there to take Miguel back to the father. And she was talking to him, and she was like, you know, I was just like you when I was younger. I had not a good childhood. I grew up crazy, not crazy, but she didn't have a good childhood, and it was very painful and hurtful. And she said, "You as a young kid, I admire you because you went through a lot as a young age to see everything, and it pains me to let you go. But you out there and just keep a head on your shoulder, be strong, be tough." And she said, "You don't know how I got through a lot of stuff." She said, "I can my emotions. I can my emotions. I bottle them up, and I don't release them." And she controls them. So she said she gonna teach you how to do it. So she walked to the door and said, "You gotta go with this lady. I'm not gonna escort you to the airport, and just leave, and live your life." And I opened the door. He started tearing, and I said, "Oh my gosh, Miguel, he really wanted to be with Elena." And she didn't show no tears, no emotions. Just let that boy walk out the door. And it seemed like she was a little hurt, taken back, a little hurt, but she didn't want to show it. She wanted to prove to this boy that it's a hard life and this reality. But later on, Yelena saw the thing. He left his Game Boy on his 3DS there, and she went to go get him. She went to go get him, and she was telling him, she said, "You know what? I didn't send him properly way, and I will not feel right sending him the way I did." So she came and said, I talked to him, and she said, "You know what? I want to walk into the gate to get him a proper send-off." So the lady said, "Okay," walked off. She took Miguel, they walked this way, and she stopped. And then she turned around and walked a different direction. And he said, "What are we doing?" She said, "Well, I said I'm going to walk to the gate, but I ain't say it's going to be that gate." And she said, "What's going on?" He said, "Well, Miguel, you can't lose if you change the game." And I said, "Oh," and he was smiling too, he was happy, and they walked in different direction. So I was like, damn, we're not going to see Yelena anymore. She came 2 episodes, and that's it. I like Yelena. I wanted her to freaking be the villain as much. And I want to know if she will come back and confront that bitch Eve and see if she realized the freaking what Eve is doing. But return to find out, Jude came and tell everyone. He told Eve, Lionel, and Derek. They were celebrating. They was talking of a big win of the game they had, and what? Yeah, they want to correct things what they had, right? And Derek won the game. They want to have the drinks. That Jude told them that Yelena left with Miguel, and they said, "Where Yelena at?" Because every time Jude's around, they just next to him because they hand in hand. And she said, "Yelena left with Miguel. She's gone." And she said, "What?" She said, "What happened? What about the Yelena? What they gonna do?" He said, "Well, take care of." And he said, "How?" She did a quick sell. And he said, "What that means?" She said, "Well, I'm the new owner of the Devil's Arena." And Lionel was shook, staring at him. Derek was like, "What?" And Eve didn't show no emotions. So I don't know what's Eve's mind is right now. Is it her plan got thwarted a little bit because she thought she could keep tormenting Yelena and thought that calling the father will make Yelena destroy and go down and give away, but she realized that Yelena was smarter and she changed the game on Eve and took them and quick sell and gave it to Jude. So now Jude had to do everything, and she went out and remember her way and taking care of Miguel herself. Then we get this little that makes it, but Jude and Noah start talking because this is a little thing between those two, and Jude said, you know what? I came to check on you. Because he was trying to say something else. But Noah clocked him. He said, oh, you trying to check on you? He said, yeah, I was trying to check on you. But he said, I'm very secretive, and the stuff that I have, I can't be having you airing it on the network. And Noah said, well, I can't do it. I'm a loose lip person. I can't hold no secret. I'm a walking mic pack. If can you deal with that? If you can't deal with that heat, then you just gotta move on. And that's when Noah and Jude started making out, fucking in the office. And I said, oh, there's a lot of sex scenes in this episode. Oh, lastly, the Wookiee packs. Like, they treated him like a Wookiee. Just like, I can remember, you remember the game on BET? The first 3 seasons was amazing. How Wookiee Doran wanted to press his teammates. So they was doing him things. Get him to do things as a Wookiee. Do, like, get their stuff. Do different things. It was a lot of stuff. I forgot that, but that was my show back then. But they was basically hazing Duran, like the team is hazing Pax. But Derek was like, oh, get my things, get my favorite drink. Cause Pax was so smitten by freaking for Derek. He said, oh my gosh, I can't believe we working together. I know you. Just name this. He was naming all his likes, different things that he likes, what he does. I was like, oh my gosh, Pax, you really researching on Derek. And Derek said, what's my favorite drink? And he knew his drink. He said, well, go get my drink. So he got his drink, and Jamie took that drink before, because Jamie left Derek room or her baby suit dress, took his drink, and walked off, and Derek said, what's my drink? So Pax is like, he feeling down, because he was like, talking to Kyle, he said, wow, I feel like I'm the help, and I'm trying to prove myself, I'm trying to get my top, but I can't. And Kyle's like, oh, that's the story of my life. Then he gets his text from the lady that he slept with last week. Remember, he thought he was doing things because he was a rookie and they just want to sleep with him. But the fact that the girl just paid him like he was a fucking hoe, an escort, $20,000. And so he got a text, and when he went to the place, it was another lady. And she said, oh, I'm a friend of the person, and she told me about your endowment. You well blessed, and I want some. And all you could do with it, and he threw his shirt and they got to it. They started fucking, and she was like, oh, I might have to write 2 checks because you were very endowed. And he said, oh, that's cute. And that was that. I started talking like the scenes and the characters by character and how to connect with each other, because a lot of scenes does connect. And that was good. It was a good episode. Like I said, I love the dance. And I can't wait till next week how everything gonna be happening, because now Jude is the owner. So you know Derek's not gonna like that. And it may cause some tensions between Lionel and him, but I don't think so. Not too much. But I guess we'll see how the rest of the season will go. Now we don't have Elena there. We don't have Asha there. So it's like, oh my gosh. So now we're baking on this new cast. Well, the rivalry between London and Jamie's going out of hand. We're going to see what's going on with Eve and Lionel. We're going to see more of Jude and Noah. We will see German trying to push Derek the best in his ability. Oh, also, I forgot to tell you, Eve announced herself to German, and German's kind of a little shook back about it because he realized Eve is the daughter of Olivia and Chase. And she was like, I congratulate you because you took the fall for a woman who did it to my mother, and I want to appreciate that. But I want to know if Eve really knows the truth of who really kills her mother, because German was kind of shaking back, and he was like shook, and he didn't want to say much. So that's what it was. I forgot that little tidbit. But that was the episode. Please like, comment, subscribe to my channel. My name is Tom Mizzle. My channel is Mizzle14, and I'll talk to you all later for next week's episode of Hit the Floor. Peace.